reminder that this is my guy's bench that he got for a housewarming gift and looked not great. So I spent the day scrubbing it and putting some teak oil on it, and we're gonna let it just hang out overnight. Did 2 coats, and now we brought it back to life and it looks beautiful. And I can't wait till we're able to sit on it and enjoy the nice patio that I'm working on. Hey guys, so just giving you a quick update on everything that's happening. And this past weekend, I shared that I was really into my domestic moment. So I've been spending a lot of time at I'm calling him a guy that I'm dating, at his house. So I have been dying to get my hands on his bench. So he had this wooden bench that was just, kind of sitting on his balcony, kind of dirty and stuff. And I was like, we should clean your bench. Imagine us, we could go sit outside, especially at the holidays, or we can eat dinner outside or whatever. And he was like, yeah, he goes, that's something I've been wanting to do and I just haven't had time for it. And yeah, let's add that to our list of projects. Well, this weekend he had to finish up a project, so it wasn't expected to take all day. So I decided that, okay, we're going to go out. We went and we got Christmas tree skirts for our Christmas trees. I was able to convince him to buy 2 additional trees for his house because I thought that he has such great space at his condo. And I'm like, you have all of this space. He has a huge room. He has 2 rooms. His master is really big, and also he has a secondary room that he uses as an office. And I'm like, we should decorate your office for the holidays. So Friday we finished decorating his main tree. And then I asked him to order this small tree on Wayfair. And I think it was under $25. So I wanted to add that one for his dining area / kitchen. So we put that up, but it wasn't pre-lit. So I needed light. So I started doing lights, got frustrated. I said, you know what? You are the light guy. So that was his job. So my job while he worked this weekend was to clean his bench. And so we just looked it up, and I ended up just washing it with soap and water, rinsing it off, letting that air dry for an hour or 2. And then I ended up sanding it, dusting it off again. And then we applied teak oil to it. And it came out really good in the shine, and it brought out all the different colors in wood. And it just looks like night and day. And my only mistake was I didn't take before photos. That's my only mistake. So if I can find a photo or a video of the old bench, I'll show you that. But I've been dying to get my hands on the balcony because he has good balcony space, and it's just not being utilized at all. And I said, you have all this great space. You can use this as an outdoor workspace. We can do dinner, you can entertain out here. There's so many great things. So anyways, that's kind of been my little project that I'm working on. So I finally got that done. And then I spent the rest of the time, I had a second project, which was driving me nuts. Second project was his office. So he has a closet, and he's not as organized as I am. And I'm not the greatest at being organized. My car is a testament to that. But when it comes to organizing papers and things, I'm usually pretty on top of that. So I set a timer and I said, I'm going to give myself an hour. And while he worked, I just cleaned out his closet and took everything out and tried to organize it in a better system. And, so that was interesting because, he had things in there that were old school and, just a lot of things that you could just tell, that were pretty private. I said, honestly, I'm not looking at your, I'm not reading your stuff. I'm just going through and sorting. And I'm this is how my mind works. So I said, I'm just looking for matching things. So if it's a bank statement, I'm not looking at the bank statement. I'm just looking at is it the same, so I can sort it and put it in a pile. So anyway, so I spent an hour doing that, and I needed an extra hour. So then I just turn on my Christmas music, and I finish cleaning his office. And so the whole purpose of that was to make room for the Christmas tree. And he has great space, like I mentioned, but he just wasn't utilizing it to its full potential, and there's still some work to do. So we at least got a Christmas tree up in his office, and we're going to decorate it the next time I come over. And yeah, so those were my two major projects. Oh, and then I also, with the holidays, was crafting again. So we ended up doing, well, it was mostly me. I ended up making him a wreath because I thought he needed one. And he had one from Target, which was cool, and it looks cool on his balcony, and it glows and it sings, it does all this cool stuff. But I'm like, no, you need like a traditional Christmas wreath on your door. So I ended up making him one. I went to Hobby Lobby. We went to Hobby Lobby again and Ross again this weekend looking for the best bargains. And we ended up just grabbing like a wreath that didn't have anything on it and grabbing the different little berries and decorative things. And then I came home before church and I put it together and it came out really great. And he ended up picking out a holiday sign that was a little red truck like the weekend before. And so I was like, well, we definitely have to add that. And it ended up perfect and he loved it. And so now he has this beautiful Christmas wreath. It's better than the one that I made the year before. And I actually almost feel like I need to redo mine because mine doesn't look as good as his. So yeah, so that has been my full weekend of activities. And we kept it mellow. We went on a late hike on Sunday. And Saturday, we actually had planned to go visit his grandpa. His grandpa's really getting up there in age. He's in his 90s. And so he wants to introduce me to his grandpa. So they unfortunately had to cancel their plans. They had something that came up, but we're going to meet his grandpa and his step grandma, I guess that's what you would say, or this coming weekend. So another project that we had was I was like, okay, well, if we're going to go to their house, like we have to bring them something. And so we like brainstormed. And I said, well, why don't I just like put together like a little like hostess basket or something? And so we ended up going to, I think we went to Home Goods, or was it Cost Market? What is that? It wasn't Home Goods. It's the other store. It was the market. Anyways, it was like the Home Goods, but it wasn't the Home Goods. It was the other store. But anyway, so we ended up going there and we looked around and I was like, okay, well, let's find things that they like. And of course, being a guy, he wasn't really sure like what his grandpa liked and things. He just knew a couple things. He goes, well, I know that they like to like have like the board with the meat and the cheese. And I said, oh, charcuterie. Okay, so we'll go grab stuff. So we ended up going and looking around and grabbed, you know, different like salami and prosciutto and we grabbed two different cheeses and like I wanted to get like a chutney or something that they could have. And so he got one that was spicy because he's like, oh, I think they'll like the spicy one. And I ended up just putting it together really quick. And I said, you know, and I was like, oh yeah. So he goes like, is that a big deal? Like, you know, it's fine. Like we don't have to do anything crazy. I said, no, it's perfect. I can do a basket. And so I just had him pull a couple of items and I just put the basket together really quick and it's done. So that's like our first gift under the tree. So I'm not nervous about meeting his grandpa, but we know his grandpa likes to talk, so we know that the news is going to go out to the family about me. So yeah, so that's going to be, it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to meet his grandpa and just, you know, kind of get a feel for at least like one of his family members right now. So that'll be fun. And so yeah, so I ended up getting some new shoes, or he bought me new shoes, which was really nice of him. And then, but I don't know what to wear. So that's something else I have to come up with for the weekend, is to figure out what I would wear over to the grandparents' house to meet them. So anywho, yeah, that's pretty much my update this week with the update with nutrition. Like I'm doing okay. Like we're definitely loving the holiday mode right now. So they have all the holiday items like my almond milk eggnog, and I grabbed that. So I got that at the store, and we're just trying, we both know that we need to move our bodies more and to eat cleaner. So this week we did eat cleaner. We went nuts on my birthday weekend, and now we're back in it, and I'm gonna have to get off like sugar again. So I'm really focusing on just protein. I'm taking a ton of supplements, and I think it's working. I was taking, my doctor told me I needed to take like, you know, double the irons, and I guess I normally tell you to take one. She tells me I need two. And then they also have me on like prenatals and all sorts of different things to try to get my iron levels up and my blood count up. So we're really focusing on like the leafy greens and the healthy protein. And last night, which is one of his favorite things I make, is that we do taco night, and he loves taco night. So which was great. We had it for lunch today, so I got to take some with me home. So I'm officially like getting ready for the holidays. So his house is almost set. My house is next. So whenever I feel like I have a down moment and a slow night, then I'm going to start putting up my Christmas tree. And my house isn't going to be as nice as his house, but I will have my giant Balsam Hill tree up, and my Christmas music is on, and it has been on. And so every day I've been over there, the music's been jamming on the speaker. We made cookies last night, and so I'm just doing my best just to like not overeat and like, but still have fun. So, and we did better. We were watching holiday movies on the weekend, and this time, instead of like sitting and eating cookies, even though we did eat cookies on Sunday, we ended up eating fruit. So we're trying to make better choices and still have fun. And he made me cocoa, which was great. We found this really good cocoa at Sprouts, and my almond milk, and so now he is my cocoa guy. So I've been having hot chocolate and watching holiday movies, which has been fun. So far so good. It's been super fun. And right now the fertility thing is on hold for now. I'm just getting all of my lab stuff done, and then we just got to figure out the financial piece. And then once things look up a little bit better on that aspect on my end, then it's going to be a go. So anyways, make sure you guys stay in tuned for that and in touch for that to keep an update. I have officially gained weight again, so I need to get my weight back down. So I'm back in the gym. We are back into our hardcore strength training, and my goal is to do like 10 box jumps again. That's supposed to be really good for your bones. So I'm now focused on doing like 10 box jumps after every workout to get back into the rhythm. So anyways, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and tell your friends to join along and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.